which then makes me want to ask about this book is set in Hobart. I'm in Hobart or Nipaluna. It's not very sunny right now. The sun goes down at or it felt like 7 o'clock at 4 o'clock, and it's just been drizzling for like 3 days. I love this city though. That said, why did you pick Hobart? And can you tell me a bit? It's wonderful to read about Hobart. Obviously, I am biased, but can you tell me a bit about finding out things that locals like myself are very proud of, like the state cinema, and just the kind of beauty of our town? Why Hobart, and what kind of research did you do?
Why Hobart? I'm hoping Hobart will adopt me. I'm hoping
I'm
hoping the Hobart City Council will say, we've got this beautiful house for you that you can come and move into and be our resident author.
At that. Yeah. It's an Airbnb.
I have it in my head that it's between me and Richard Flanagan. And why would they choose Richard Flanagan? What's he done?
Nah, he's a fraud.
I'm kidding. I love him.
Yeah.
No. So on one level, it was the alliteration, Hollywood to Hobart. And I knew from the start I wasn't going to set this in America. This was not going to be an American tale. I was going to manipulate Australian history and insert Australian film history made up, because that's what I wanted to do. You may know this about me. I'm a big supporter of Australian young adult fiction.
No, I haven't picked that up.
There was no way I was going to transpose this story idea to Hollywood. So it was going to be Hobart regardless. The other thing that Hobart had going for it was Errol Flynn. The fact that Errol Flynn has this mythology that began in Hobart, where he kind of got his swashbuckling pirate persona developed in Hobart, in his little coastal town. I'm not a huge fan of Errol Flynn, but I appreciate the mythology that he brought over to Hollywood, because Hollywood didn't really know anything about Hobart. They were like, yeah, that checks out. You became a pirate in Hobart. We'll believe it.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. It was also that Hobart has a lot of history in the film and theatre district. So the State Cinema of Hobart is the oldest continually operating state cinema in Australia. The theatre is also the oldest theatre in Australia as well. So it's got a real great thespian history. And considering I was building an imaginary acting dynasty, I thought, what better place than Hobart, that has this beautiful legend and history for Australian theatre and film. I'm gonna play to that. And then it was just that it is a really beautiful little city. And I wanted it to be a very walkable book, if that makes sense. I wanted these characters to just kind of meander around Constitution Dock, hang out, have some fish and chips. And I honestly did stop and think, what other YA is set in Hobart? And I couldn't think of a ton. So I thought I would like Hobart teens, Tasmanian teens, to see a little bit of themselves, because I know how exciting it is when I read a book set in Melbourne, or I know how exciting it was when I read Playing Beatty Bow by Ruth Park and I recognized where it was set in Sydney. Like, I remember, the chills of that. So if I can give that to young teen readers, or if I can encourage anyone to go and visit Hobart because of my book, I thought that would be pretty cool. So it was a few little things, but overall it's just the vibe, man. It's just the vibe of Hobart. I thought it's
a good vibe.
It was very beautiful. Vibe.
Yeah.
Great vibe.
You did a great job. It is a very walkable city. And it is. That makes total sense, like that history and those kind of roots that were already there, and you just kind of planted something on top of them.